Once or twice, I put up satirical posts on Flat Earth forums, and a few other Flat Earth pranksters would share a chuckle. It had so far been mostly harmless jokes. It started out with a bogus meme about Atlantis and flat Mars before one or two people caught on to my shenanigans and suppressed my jokes, or so they thought. They, however, missed a remaining meme that won Flat Earth Science Meme of the Year, and I was just as shocked as they were that it had won. When it made the papers, people began to notice that what I had written was indeed a parody and not intended at all as true Flat Earth scientific evidence. How they tracked me down is pretty impressive, considered I followed other basic safety online user protocol, including using a fake name and never showing my face in an online photo. That same year, I somehow got awarded a Flat Earth Scientific Achievement Award based on that same meme. Within minutes, the meme was read and laughed at both by people who lived close enough to any bare bones library and by people who had at least once in their life looked at the sky for 10 minutes. Flat Earth critics had a field day with that one, and the event made hundreds, if not thousands, of top 10s across the globe. Devout Flat Earthers did not laugh at all and were outright pissed off with the mockery that I had made of their system. They're about to kill me right now, actually. They have knives to my throat and other places. Bruce Lee wouldn't let an inconvenience like this ever get him down. I'm not Bruce Lee. Do you know how much trouble you have caused? They're asking me. There are many of them, each one carrying a knife or a variety of stabbing implement. I am not clairvoyant, but I'm pretty sure that I'm about to get stabbed to death. Any moment now. They open their mouths to talk some more, and I wonder if I will get the chance to bullcrap my way out of this one. It's on the fly. I'm sure I haven't a chance in the world, but I go for it anyway. What do I have to lose? I will flat out tell a lie and pray for Pete's sake that they will believe me. Well, yeah, they looked at the sky for 10 minutes, I say, trying to sound as much like I can as any normal person who isn't about to get stabbed to death. But do they really know what they're looking for? I don't know what it is about what I said, but they put their knives away. Thank God. Thank goodness, thank God. That makes a lot of sense, says one of the knife-wielding flat earthers, and the others agree with this charismatic person. To me, this person says, "Sorry we tried to kill you. How can we make it up to you?" I reply, "Leave me alone, starting right now." They agree, and they leave me alone. For now. One of the top 10s makes international news, and a brand new global audience examines my scientific parody on the subject of flat Earth. New people are angry. These people have never agreed not to kill me. I consider going into witness protection, but perhaps I'm overreacting. I've changed my face, and my name is common enough to be one in many. The next day, my name appears in news headlines regarding a gruesome murder. Here's the first thing I read. My name is horribly murdered in a lengthy and painful human sacrifice ritual not ever imagined because it was previously believed too disgusting and horrible enough for any person to ever do unto another, and yet it happened. It's not me, is my first thought. I read the article some more. My name was mistakenly murdered after being mistaken for a flat earth scientist of the same name. I run to the nearest toilet and puke my guts out. Oh, how that person with my name who wasn't me suffered in literally the worst way you can think of that they didn't bother to censor. It was grotesque and violent. Oh, what the heck is wrong with these people who had the gall to do that? Perhaps I should reach out and apologize to the surviving family. Only they would revenge murder me on sight. Their beloved family member had his eyes removed with a fork. That wasn't at all the worst torture that he suffered during his murder. Moving on, it was not me. Moving on, it was not me, I reminded myself. It was not me. Memories of reading that news article will haunt me for every moment of my remaining moments, and I must cherish the time I've got left thanks to the person who clearly so brutally died in my place. I must move on or I'm wasting my life. The murderers are never comprehended. It's possible that they read a popular news article that said I was still alive. I dread minute by minute what will happen to me if I'm ever found out. I consider for a moment perhaps I ought to visit the cops. No, I decide. What if the cops wanted me to die and sought to make that happen? Days go by. I'm never murdered nor ever questioned about the person who has gotten murdered except by the few who know both my first and last name, asking me if it's weird that I share the same name as a flat earth scientist. I reply that yes, it is indeed weird, and we speak no more on the matter. Days go by some more, and then I'm met in the cafe by a person who's eating crackers. I know it's you, says the person who's eating. They say. I know immediately that it's a flat earther who has a grudge to bear. We really don't like you, they continue. If you've read the news, you know we're going to do to you the same that we did to the other person, only it will be slightly more awful. I resist the urge to puke for a second time at the thought of this dooming end to my uneventful life. My eyes die in the gloom brought about my fate that nightmares never dare to dream. This is the end for me. It is going to be terrible. It is every fear I've ever had and worse. I tremble and I can't concentrate on anything else anymore. I'm trying as best I can to cope with this crappy death. And then, by miracle, I get arrested. All the while I'm being threatened, thanks to best coincidence or miracle in the history of coincidences or miracles, I'm mistaken for somebody wanted in connection with psychological terrorism. You're coming with us, the cop says. I do not resist the arrest, and now I am in jail, living a very crappy existence that to me is still a trillion times an improvement from the fate I could have had. Sometimes you've got to take what you can get. I would love to get out of here. Alas, it is not meant to be. It could be worse. It's lights out. The lights are out and a glow-in-the-dark ghost makes itself known immediately to me. Who the heck are you? It asks me. I don't know if I should reply or not. If this voice is only in my head and not a real thing, I will break the silence by replying spontaneously to a question that was never asked. Breaking the silence during lights out is a frowned upon occurrence, sure to warrant unwanted attention from unwanted people. Hey, I'm talking to you, says this rude ghost. I'm asking you for a second time, who are you? Maybe this is just some prison hallucination that happens to some prisoners. Maybe I'm best to keep my mouth shut and try to fall asleep. Perhaps it's carbon monoxide poisoning. Against everything I had ever thought I knew, I wonder perhaps if it was an actual ghost. The apparition does not speak to me a third time and vanishes. The ghost, by the way, was androgynous. That was my first encounter ever with this ghost, and I have had a second one that I don't have enough time to tell you about on this internet break. That was my first encounter I've ever had with this ghost. And I've had a second one that I don't have enough time to tell you about in this one internet break. More to follow. Thanks so much for listening, guys. A quick shout out to my patrons. Kevin Kess, Sabiel Eclipse, 055555, Cormac Wells, Amara, Matthew Steiner, Cupcake Hips, Alonzo, Mr. Sankofa, Michael Milburn, Kozak, Icy Narrates, Jesse Hartley, Eric Cifuentes, Andreas Anderson London, Lawrence Wallen, Geek Sanctuary, Melissa Perez, and this guy. That is someone's actual username. I love that. Thanks again so much for watching, guys. If there's anything you would like me to pray for, I would love to know how I can be praying for you. I hope you have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video.